What happens when one of Hollywood's most influential moguls sits down for what should be a friendly morning show appearance, only for the entire conversation to spiral into one of the most uncomfortable moments television has seen in years? Tyler Perry, the billionaire filmmaker behind countless box office successes and iconic characters, walked off the Good Morning America set after a heated clash with co-host Michael Strahan that left the studio completely stunned. This wasn't a simple misunderstanding or a mild disagreement. This was a full-on confrontation that exposed tensions no one expected. And before we break down every moment of how things went so wrong, make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below, because this is one you want to talk about. The interview began harmless enough. Tyler Perry walked onto the Good Morning America set with his usual calm presence, taking a seat across from Michael Strahan. The atmosphere seemed relaxed at first. Strahan opened with polite greetings, thanking Perry for being there and congratulating him on his latest project. Perry smiled, nodded, and looked prepared for what everyone assumed would be another standard promotional interview. But within just a few minutes, the tone shifted in a way that caught everyone by surprise. Strahan leaned forward, moving away from the warm-up questions and into more pointed territory. "Tyler, you've built an empire. There's no denying that," Strahan said. "But lately there's been a lot of discussion about representation in your films, especially about how black men are portrayed. Some critics say your work relies too much on stereotypes. How do you respond to that?" Perry's expression changed instantly. His smile disappeared, replaced by something much more serious. He paused, took a breath, and then answered, "Michael, I respect the question, but I think there's a basic misunderstanding of what I do," Perry said, his voice calm but firm. "I tell stories for an audience that has been ignored for decades. My characters aren't stereotypes. They're reflections of real people in real communities. If some critics don't get that, then maybe they aren't the audience I'm speaking to." Strahan didn't let it go. "But Tyler, when you have the platform you do, when you're one of the few black creators with this level of power in Hollywood, don't you think there's a responsibility to challenge those perceptions instead of reinforcing them? Some people feel that certain images actually set us back." The word "us" lingered in the air, and Perry immediately caught it. His jaw tightened. "Set us back," Perry repeated, his voice rising slightly. "Michael, with respect, I don't think you get to decide what sets us back. I've employed thousands of black actors, writers, and crew members. I've told stories studios refuse to touch. I built something from nothing, and now I'm supposed to sit here and defend my work like I'm the problem?" Strahan leaned back, but kept steady eye contact. "I'm not saying you're the problem, Tyler. I'm asking whether you see any validity in the criticism. There are black filmmakers, black actors, people in the community who share these concerns. Are you saying their views don't matter?" Perry laughed, but there was no humor in it. "Their opinions matter, but so does mine," he said. "You know what's interesting, Michael? I've been doing this for over 20 years. I've dealt with rejection, discrimination, and obstacles at every turn. And now that I've succeeded, now that I've built something that can't be ignored, suddenly everyone wants to tear it apart. Where were these critics when I was struggling? Where were they when doors were slammed in my face?" The studio went quiet. The crew, producers, and even the other hosts seemed frozen, unsure whether to jump in or let it continue. Strahan stayed composed. "I hear you, Tyler. No one is denying your success," he said, "but success doesn't make anyone immune to criticism. It comes with visibility." Perry slowly shook his head. "Criticism is fine," he said. "I welcome honest debate. What I don't accept is being blindsided on a morning show that's supposed to celebrate my work. You're framing this like I owe an apology, and I don't." Strahan's expression changed slightly. "I'm not trying to blindside you," he said. "I'm asking questions many people want answers to. That's journalism." Perry leaned forward, matching his energy. "Journalism?" he said sharply. "Michael, this isn't journalism. This is a hit job dressed up as an interview. You invited me here to talk about my project, and instead you put me on trial. If this was the conversation you wanted, you should have been honest from the start." The tension was thick. Strahan opened his mouth to respond, but Perry continued. "And let's be honest," Perry said. "You're questioning my contributions to the black community. Where's the same energy when you interview people who've done real harm? It's interesting that I'm the one being grilled. Strahan's face hardened. That's not fair, he said. I ask tough questions to everyone. Don't make this personal. Perry laughed again, bitterly. It became personal the moment you framed it this way, he said. You think I don't see what's happening? You think I don't know how this works? What started as a normal interview had turned into a standoff. Strahan tried to regain control. Tyler, I think you're misreading my intentions, he said. I'm giving you a chance to respond to public criticism. An opportunity? Perry snapped. You don't get to call this a favor. This isn't an opportunity, it's a setup. Strahan's patience was thinning. You're a public figure, he said. People have opinions. I'm asking you to engage. Perry shifted in his seat, clearly ready to leave. Engage how, he said. By agreeing with you? By admitting everything I've built is somehow wrong? That's not engagement. Producers off camera were visibly panicking. One moved closer, signaling for a break, but Strahan waved them off. Nobody's asking you to surrender, he said. But maybe there's room for growth. Growth, Perry repeated slowly. I don't need lessons on growth from someone who played it safe his whole career. It's easy to criticize when you've never taken real risks. Strahan flushed. That's out of line, he said. You don't know my sacrifices. You're right, Perry replied. And you don't know mine. The difference is, I'm not questioning your legacy. This is about accountability, Strahan insisted. Accountability to who? Perry shot back. To you? To critics who've never built anything? I answered my audience. The breaking point came fast. Your audience deserves better, Strahan said. Perry went still. Then he stood. We're done, he said quietly. Strahan stood too. Sit down, he said. Let's finish this. Perry removed his mic. Adults don't ambush each other on live TV, he said. This is theater, and I'm not performing. You're walking away because you can't handle criticism, Strahan said. Perry froze, then turned back. I've handled criticism my whole life, he said coldly. Don't insult me. Then prove it, Strahan said. Perry laughed hollowly. You want a viral moment, he said. You're trying to build your image by tearing mine down. That's not true, Strahan snapped. This is about responsibility. My impact speaks for itself, Perry said. What have you built besides reading a script? The insult landed hard. Voices rose. A producer stepped between them. Let's pause, he pleaded. I'm leaving, Perry said. This is over. So you just going to run? Strahan called out. I don't know explanations, Perry replied. The people who matter already know. You think you're above criticism, Strahan shouted. I know how this system works, Perry yelled back. Don't lecture me. Then explain, Strahan said sarcastically. Perry finally did. He spoke about flawed characters, real people, messy lives, and telling stories without pleasing critics. He spoke about responsibility, but also honesty. When Strahan brought up children and stereotypes, Perry exploded. Don't use kids against me, he shouted. I've done more for them than you know. The studio fell silent again. Strahan tried one last time. Do you acknowledge the criticism? Yes or no? Perry stared at him, silent, the tension unbearable, knowing nothing more needed to be said.